ಹಾಯ್ ಹಲೋ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ನನ್ನ ಸ್ಟೈಲಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಗುರು ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಯೂರ ರಾಘವೇಂದ್ರ ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್ ಟು ಗೋಲ್ಡ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಟುಡೇ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಇನ್ ಕಾನ್ವರ್ಸೇಷನ್ ವಿತ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೈ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಫೇವರೆಟ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ who is a luminary in the Tamil film industry, stands out as a versatile and one of the most innovative directors, celebrated for his groundbreaking work in films such as Jigarthanda, Mahan, Petta and the recent edition Jigarthanda XX. His directorial skills transcends conventional boundaries, earning him widespread acclaim for his distinctive approach in storytelling. Renowned for his dynamic creativity and unyielding desire to reinvent himself with each project. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together and let's welcome one and only Karthik Subbaraj on Gold Class today. Karthik sir, welcome to Bangalore. First of all, thank you for agreeing to this. As I know that you're not new to Bangalore.
Yeah, I mean, this is like my second hometown, no? Because I was here for more than 5 years. I worked here.
Okay.
And actually, my filmmaking journey sort of ideally started here because I started to learn filmmaking when I was in Bangalore. So Bangalore has a lot of connect to me.
How come Bangalore? It's like, I mean, it's only for the weather. Like most of the people, they say, I come to Bangalore only for the weather, or like, was there some other connection to you?
No, I mean, I did engineering.
Oh, which college?
In Madurai, Raga Engineering College, and then I got campus placement in a company in Bangalore. The company is called Silver Software.
Okay.
So got selected campus recruitment, and then that was my first job.
Okay.
So I came here and I worked in that company for like 5 years. So at that time I stayed here, and then I was here in Bangalore, and at some point I felt I'm not doing anything for which I was. Because I know that I have to be in some creative work in this creative space, and filmmaking. Filmmaking was something was pulling me into filmmaking, but I didn't take actually any effort to learn or something like that. So when I was working here, because work was also very good, and it was also giving me a lot of exposure, new learnings and all that. So for quite like first 3 years, I was not doing anything related to learn filmmaking or something. So I was working properly, and then at some point I felt okay. At least I can do something to learn filmmaking here in Bangalore, and definitely there are a lot of academies or workshops that might happen. So one day I just searched. I mean, one night I was just sitting and I thought, okay, let me find out if there is anything in Bangalore where I can go and learn filmmaking, and so that at least like weekend classes, something like that. So then I searched, and then luckily I saw a post that said there is a one-day workshop on filmmaking by a filmmaker called Sanjay Nambiyar. It's called Film Camp, filmcamp.tv. So that was next day actually. Next day morning there was a thing, and then I immediately emailed them asking if there is availability of whatever to participate in that, and then they said yes. So I went to that course, but actually that changed my entire. I think that was a starting point, I would say. That was. Because it's a very interesting workshop, one day workshop, because what they do is like say like 20 people come to that workshop.
Yeah.
They divide that into group of like 4-5 each, 4 groups. So he asked every group to bring a story, like for a 1-minute short film, bring a story, and that should happen. I think this was happening in Lal Bagh, in the park.
Okay.
So he said the story should happen here only, and among you 5, you can select who's going to act, who's going to shoot the camera, and all that. So he came up with a story, just a very small story. So then what he did is, then he made us to write that into a script. Okay. So like, okay, how you going to write that? So scene 1, what is going to happen? And then he taught us to short divide that script, and then storyboard that script.
Wow.
And then he told how many shots you should take and everything, and then this all happens before lunch time. So after lunch he gives us every team one, like a camcorder, HD camcorder with this one, and this thing is like you can't shoot beyond 3 minutes because it's a 1-minute short film.
Yeah.
So maybe 3 to 4 minutes, that's what you can shoot the footage. So we guys plan everything, and then so after post lunch we have to shoot that short film.
Okay.
So we have like 3 hours, like say we start by 2 o'clock till
within 5.
within 5 we finished shooting. Then he has one van where there is an edit suite.
Oh, wow. Who is this person?
He's a great filmmaker. I mean, he's very indie filmmaker. He's not like someone who wants to be in mainstream
commercial space
at all. So he's very passionate, and his name is Sanjay Nambiar. Okay.
Wow.
And, so then there will be an edit suite there. So he put the footage and then he teaches us how to edit. So in one day I was able to see a rough cut of a short film. Which so morning when I came to Lal Bagh, I didn't have any idea about what is film, what is filmmaking, and whether they will. I mean, this is how they write script. This is how they will break shots. I mean, I don't know what is shot division at all. I don't know what is storyboard at all. But by the end of the day, I had a rough cut of a 1 minute short film that gave me an immense confidence. Like, okay, fine. I mean, I know that filmmaking is not an easy thing, but then before that I was having a mindset like, okay, it is somewhere else. I mean, it is beyond the sky or something, so we can't go and touch. But that one day made me think, okay, I mean, even if you put some more effort and learn, maybe you can make at least better short films and all that. So then I went to another like a 3 months course, which is only on weekends, and the same Sanjay Nambiar sir. Yeah. So that gave me a lot of learning about it. Then I made short films, a lot of short films. So when I was working here, weekends and all, I used to call all my friends, make them act, and do everything. And I used to shoot, I used to edit, I used to do everything for that films. And I made a lot of like an amateur short films, like nearly 14, 15 of them.
Oh my God.
So all of them were mostly made in Bangalore. So and 2 of it was I made in US. I was working in US from the company. So there I made in US. So like that, after coming back from US, I had one short film concept which I wanted to shoot in Madurai from my hometown. So I went and shot that. That short film is called Kaachipalai. Yeah. So that got selected to the reality show called Nale Yekunar. So then I decided, okay, let me take that.
The mainstream.
I mean, let me go for that show, that reality show. So in that case, they said you can't go, because at that time I was supposed to head one project in France. This one. So I went to, actually I was in France. I was in that's a place called Toulouse. So it was an Airbus thing. So I was there at the time when I got an email saying from the Nale Yekunar that your short film is selected. So then I called them from there, and then they said, but yeah, you have to come to Chennai if you want to be part of it. So then I came back here, and then
You came back from France to Chennai?
Yeah, France to Chennai. I just, that was one big story. I mean, because
it's okay, we are here.
Before going to France itself, I was actually thinking of maybe quit the job and go and join someone as an assistant director in this one. So, but I didn't take the decision at that time. So I didn't actually want to take that project, because I know it's a very huge. I mean, it will go on for 5 years. It is like you can settle in France, you can be a French citizen, and so much of scope in the project. They gave me that. I said no. I mean, I'll be here, but they said no, you have to go and all that. So before going, I just told a lie to them, telling like there might be something in the family. I want to take my dad's business.
Standard templates.
Template stories. I just but like I just put that story. I didn't. That time Nale Yekunar was not there. Yeah. I just put the story. There might be something, because my dad's business might need something. So in that case, I might need to fly back. So they said, okay. I mean, if there is a case, we will see. So I went there, and then I was there for like 10 days. I was settling up there. Then I got this email. Then I used the same line. Like, the emergency came. I have to come back to Bangalore. They said, okay, come. I said, just a 2 weeks break. So they said, okay, come for 2 weeks. So I came here 2 weeks. I went to Chennai. I went to Nale Yekunar people, and I saw what the reality show is all about. Then somehow I felt, okay, I should take this. I should I should be a part of this the reality show, because I somehow felt that will give me all the learning I wanted, which I missed by learning in a film, because I wanted to take the filmmaking course before joining engineering, but that didn't happen. Then I wanted to be an assistant director. That also didn't happen. I couldn't go, because so I felt somehow this one will help me to go to that route of my dream or passion. So then I came back to the office, and then I said, because I was thinking I will be part of the show, but still I'll be working. That's what I thought. Maybe I can do that, because that reality show is like you need to do a short film. For every round of that show, you need to do a short film. I thought, okay, let me do it during the weekends and this one, and but still I can be in the job, but I can't go to France there. I mean, I can't go back to France again. So then I went and told them I can't go back. Same lie. I said no, there's an emergency here. I can't go back, but I can be here. But then they said no. You have to go there. You have to go there. Otherwise, it is not going to happen. So at that point, I was. That's a moment where I need to take a decision. What should I do? So then I went and spoke to my HR that day, and then I said, "See, I can't go to France at all. Only thing I can be here." So they were like, "No, if you're not going to France, then you're not going to be in the job."
Yeah.
I said, "Okay, fine. If that's the case, I will let me."
Choose
what paper? I'll put paper.
Oh, really? You did that?
Yeah. I said I
Wow.
put paper. I said I put paper because there was a 2 months notice period also, no? So I thought in 2 months I would know. Like say that in the reality show, first round only if I was thrown out. I thought then I can come and tell I can get back the paper. I'll tell I will go to France. So I said I said I will submit my papers. You can. But then they said no, there is no. I mean, even if you put papers also, the notice period you need to serve there in France.
For how many days or months? Like
2 months. 2 months. So when all this was going, I said I can't go to France at all. And one day what happened was, me, Pawan is my friend. We were all, Pawan is now part of my company, Stone Bench, and he had some marketing thing. But we used to work together in that same. So I said, no, I can't go to France, whatever it is. You tell me what can be done. And then we are going for lunch. And then I came back. My access card was not working. Only my card was not working. So I was like, Pawan's card, everyone's card is working. So I was like, what? My card is not working. Then I went to my receptionist. There is a person called Ganesh, very good friend. I said, Ganesh, this is not working. He's like, he had a sad face. He's like, sir, please wait, HR will come. I'm like, what happened? So HR came. And HR, I had a friend called Gayatri. So she also came with a very, very sad face. It's like, why Karthi, I told you, no. Like, what happened? Then the main HR came. It's like, you are thrown out of the company. You are no more a part of this company because you can't, you are not going to France and you can. So I was like, oh, okay. Then I felt, okay, I mean, this decision is, I was in a dilemma whether to take this decision or not. But I think God only has pushed me out of the company just because go to Chennai and do this. So then I said, okay, I need to take my bag. They said, no, you can't go into the company. Then I called my friends. My bag, bring my bag, my desk, whatever it is there. They all bought outside and they were all shocked. It's like, what happened? They're not allowing you. And I said, no problem. Tonight we'll party. Just give me the bag. And then we went and that night we partied.
Where did you party in Bangalore?
But that night was coincidentally, it was one of my friends' bachelor party that night. So he was actually, even now also he used to tell, because he always used to tell me, you screwed up my bachelor party because that whole night was about me. Because the entire people who came all from the office, and that night was about how can you, I mean, everyone forgot that it's his name is Amog. So everyone forgot it's Amog's bachelor's party. So everyone was like, how can they throw out the company? And then everyone was like crying, all that thing happened. So we had a party, and after 2 days I left Bangalore. So that's how the story started.
Wow.
So that's my connection to Bangalore. So, but I always love this place because it gave me all that thing.
No, I'm sure, including me, so many of them would have related at any stage of your the journey from like literally from Bangalore to France to Chennai. I'm sure because so many of the people, they would have taken their professions like be in IT. I mean, mechanical engineers or IT. Most of the time, mechanical engineers are the one they get into.
I'm
this.
mechanical.
Oh wow! No wonder.
I did mechatronics, mechanical and electronics combined.
Wow!
But I did software testing job. So I was in software testing for 5 years. Yeah.
But in this journey today, present at current situation in 2023, according to you, who is Karthik Subbaraj?
This kind of question I can't answer. Who's Karthik in sense? What? I think he's a decent filmmaker.
No, he is a fantastic filmmaker. That's why we all know. But I'm sure, like, if you try to introspect yourself this journey.
No, I mean, now I feel happy for all the decisions I made because right from the time I say the first day when I went to that film camp, 1 day workshop, then going to US, and then there also I went and worked, and there is also another interesting story there, and maybe I can tell that.
Please.
So I was in US. I was working in US. I was working in a place called Vermont.
Okay.
So which is like more of a retirement town. It was like not like a very happening state, but my office was there. So I was working there, and again that time I started all this film camp I've done the film camp 2 months course also. So I was making a lot of short films. So then there I was there for nearly 2 years in US. So then there also I thought, okay, let me go on, because there will be like a lot of indie filmmakers there, independent filmmaking thing going on. So I said, I thought like, okay, I'll go and assist there someone so that I could learn more, because some like US filmmakers and all. So then one of my house owner, he said, there is a filmmaker. I mean, he's going to make a independent film. So I was like, and he wanted someone to assist or something like that. So I went and met him, and he's like a retired person. So so it's not like an actual filmmaker kind of a thing, but he wants to make a film, basically for the something like for the church or something. But he wanted to make a feature film, like he's having, and with the camcorder only. I mean, it was HD. That time it was more of a HD thing, the tape thing, but a HD this one, and that's why I went and met him. So he said, maybe I said I also have that HD cam. I can be of any use. I mean, you can take. So he said, okay, you. Come and do the making, the BTS. I mean, because we are going to start the production soon, and he said you can't come and join like as an assistant director and all that. That time, that is not. It's not that. It's a very independent thing. But maybe you can do your. And he said like I need to be there full time if I need to be part of the crew. So I said I can come only during weekends. So then he said, okay, during weekend shoot you come and then make the do the BTS, making video. Yeah. I said okay. So then he said okay, tomorrow there's a meeting of all the entire film crew. You come and I'll introduce you to the team. So I'm going there, and it was very professional meeting. All the actors, all the cinematographer, the production designer, everyone was there. That's the first time I'm seeing how a film crew is and how they are making. They had a script reading session and everything, and so they had a meeting like that. And then at the end of the meeting, he called me and then he introduced me to everyone, saying Karthik is from India. He's working here in a company. During weekends, maybe he'll come and do the BTS. So, but for me, it was like, okay, I mean, seeing a professional cinematographer, everyone and all that, I was like very kicked. So then I went very happily. And so 2 days later, again he called. So he called, come to his house, and so I went there. That day he was alone. So he's like, that day we had a meeting, right? So there are like nearly 20-30 people. So he said, apart from all the actors, everyone backed off of the project. So yeah, he's like, everyone backed off of the project. Because of the budget or whatever, so student backed off. But I'm going to make the film. So that's the, he said, I'm going to make the film. The actors are okay, so I'm going to make the film. So I have two HD camera. So I will shoot one. So you be the cinematographer for the one. And I have a sound thing, mixer thing. So you do sound, you do second camera operator, and you also do the lighting. He had one small light setup. So I am the entire crew. Like only me and him. Like okay, so and he said okay, it's okay. I'll shoot only on weekends. Because
he's literally getting adjusted to your schedule.
Yeah, because there is nobody to help him there. So he's like, okay, let us shoot. Okay, beyond your office hours. Maybe if there's a night shoot, maybe after 7. Yeah, I'll come back from office by 6 o'clock. He's like, so he said, okay, night shoots we can have during weekdays, and weekends we'll have a day shoot and all. Come, let's go. I was like, that was like something. I think even a film school cannot offer that, because what I do is I'll go to his house morning, and I will pack everything, like all the sound thing, everything, both the cameras and putting camera to charge, see whether the tape is there, and everything, all the lights set up, everything I load in his car. Then we both will go to some very, very small setups, like a mall, I mean small like a grocery shop. I think the entire story will be happening in one supermarket. So he had a permission for a supermarket. So there you go there, and then he will allow me to light. I don't know anything about lighting. So he will tell, okay, you light, you have a light, you do something. So I will go experiment something and all, and then I will keep some shots, and he will be impressed for some shots and all. Wow. So, but then we shot the film, like nearly, we had like around 20 days of shoot for that film. And there are dialogue scenes and everything, and but the film is very, very, it might look like a very amateur indie film, but the thing is like it gave me a lot of learning.
Confidence.
Gave me a lot of learning. So that one.
I think sometimes like, I mean, more than the theoretical experience, when we get into the hard reality, the practical experience, that is where it makes, it makes us learn quickly.
Yeah.
And also like the way you said in your journey, I mean, I can pick it out saying because of those factors, like the way you said, from a filmmaker point of view, like you have shot, is that the reason why, like probably Jigarthanda or even Niravi or Jigarthanda XX, there is a layer of a filmmaker?
Yeah. I think, yeah, because since I being the filmmaker, when I write a story and then there is a character like a protagonist or someone who's a filmmaker, I think there is more attachment connect to it, and then like that character thing comes, because Jigarthanda itself is part of a real incident that happened to me, because I was making a short film for Nale Yekunar. So we wanted to make one short film where there will be like a murder happening in the short film. So I was directing that, and Kaka Muttai, there's a film called Kaka Muttai, the director Manigan. So he was shooting he was a cameraman for that, and so he said, let us try and shoot this murder scene somewhat in a more instead of just showing it as a like a cinematic way of murder, we can show what is going there, psychology of before before someone is shooting someone, what might be his psychology, what triggered him. So he's like, okay, I know a person who has committed murder in real life, and then he was in jail for some time, and now he has come out, and then he's in a very spiritual way. I mean, he's into a spiritual journey or something. So he said, let us go talk to him and then ask like what was his psychology before he committed a murder and all that. So we went and spoke to him that day. So we were speaking to him. But then he was more interested in that short film which we are going to make, and he wanted to act in that.
Wow.
So the entire thing, he will tell a scene and then he will tell, I can only act that. If you want, I can only come and perform. So after the end of that discussion, I didn't get any much input about the psychology of murder and all. But what I got was like, okay, I mean, this guy has did a murder. He has committed a crime. He has been in jail. But the thing for cinema, for acting, is there in his thing. The way with the interest which he spoke about acting and all. So that actually triggered me to write Jigarthanda.
Wow.
The entire concept of Jigarthanda first part came from, okay, what if a gangster suddenly gets a wish to act become a hero? So that sort of a thing. So something, whatever that small inspiration from real life will help more when you write something. So that way, the filmmaker characters, I enjoy writing that.
See, I think as far as I know, with every film of yours, you try to reinvent yourself in the sense like there is no standard template or a pattern which you follow. Like pretty much in so many of your interviews, whatever I have watched, because you think in a very abstract way. I mean, like usually, what is your approach in terms of the storytelling?
So the thing is like, say if I do a film like, say Jigarthanda was my first feature script which I wrote, but then I didn't get a producer for like 2 years. So then I did Pizza. So Pizza, the main thing was, the idea of Pizza came out of constraints. Basically, I'm not getting producer, and I need to think of a script which happens in one location, one house or something. So then, okay, then horror. Horror is the easiest thing to think of at that time for me. Okay, can have a think of, but I didn't want to do a horror film. I didn't want to on my debut film to be a complete like a horror because I'm not a big horror film fan, and I have not watched actually horror films at all. So the thing is like I wanted to start this as a horror, and then but I want to end it in a different way. That's when I was thinking a lot of things for the script, and then suddenly I thought, okay, why can't I finish it as a heist film? I mean, if it is like a heist film, so Pizza was like that. And once I finished Pizza, Jigarthanda script was already there because that was my first script. And since Pizza was a hit, people sort of liked the film. I immediately got a producer for that, and then we did that thing. And then, so after Jigarthanda, I think my next, say I'm sitting and then thinking of my next feature. The thing is like only if I get a story that actually sort of excites me. I mean, I make sure that it doesn't have anything to continue from my previous film. I mean, because if you're making, say I'm making Jigarthanda, I'll be in a world of Madurai gangsters and all that and thing. And immediately I didn't want to do anything of that sort next. That's why I did Irevi. Irevi was more of a man-woman relationship based, it's more of a drama. Not an action film, so drama. So that zone was very new to me. That excited me more as a writer and a storyteller. So then I did go for that. So after NAV, it was Mercury, which was like, again, I wanted to tell something without a dialogue. I mean, a film that doesn't have any dialogues at all. So I just thought of Mercury, and then suddenly we said, okay, let's do it. And then we did Mercury, and then Peta happened. That's because I'm a big Talavar fan, and that's a different story. And suddenly, I told him a story 3 years back, and then after that, one day he called and asked that story. I mean, asked me to narrate that again. And then he said, okay, let's do the film. So then that happened. And Jagamaythandram was a total different thing because it's like about a gangster. It's not actually a gangster film. It's more about a immigrant story, about border, the bigger politics that's beyond what's happening outside our country, because we are not much used to this problem of being an immigrant and then you are living here as an asylum seeker or something like that. That and all, we are not much, not much heard of it. But once you go anywhere in UK, if you're working in UK, you would have seen a lot of people like same Indian, because I see like people going to like a foreign country there are only 2-3 kinds. One is like for tour, you go for a tour.
Yeah.
Other thing is you go for work, like how we go. And then there's other kind of people who go there seeking a land for them, a place for them. I mean, they have lost their homes because of war or something. So that zone is totally different, and I've seen some people like this. So I wanted to bring that story. So to answer your question, the thing is like for me, when I think, okay, this is going to be my next film, I think that story should deeply excite me, deeply move me. And it's not in the same zone of what I did previously. So because otherwise for me it won't excite me at all, because I would have traveled with that script and would have made that film nearly like 2 to 3 years would have gone in that. So again going into the same zone, I'm not sure. That's why it took like 9 years for me to come back to Jigarthanda again. I mean, Jigarthanda one released in 2014, and actually this I started in 22. So nearly it's after like 8 years only I started the thing. The film got released after 9 years, because after so much gap only I felt, okay, let me explore into that zone again, because there was something more which I thought I should tell. I mean, I got a story that could be told through the spirit of Jigarthanda, but it's not Jigarthanda at all. I mean, because when I said it's part 2, I didn't want to do the same story with the different actors. So, but then when I got this story, that moved me a lot about this forest and everything, and the power of cinema sort of a thing. I said, I mean, I'm doing this, even though it's the same zone of gangsters in this one, but that moved me more. So I just got into that script. So that's what drives me for the next script.
How do you balance being inspired by others while maintaining your own unique voice in this industry?
I think the inspiration sort of it comes subconsciously to me. I mean, say like I'm like heavily inspired from Maniratnam sir's films, Martin Scorsese films, Tarantino films, and all that. That comes very in a subconscious layer. It's not that if when I'm writing a script, I don't see a film. Okay, let's get inspired from this film for this. No, like I would have seen some film somewhere, some few years back also, but I think something would have connected to me so much from that film. What's the takeaway for me from that film that would have gone into my mind? But maybe while writing a scene, that sort of will come as an inspiration to think like, okay, I mean, let me treat this scene, say even like I'm saying, even in the short division also it might help. Like I'm saying, like instead of doing it as a like a typical like wide and close cuts, instead of that, maybe we can try off something different shot, and maybe I would have seen that shot in some other film in a different way. That might be in an action scene or some other sequence, but maybe that would inspire me to do a treatment like that for my scene in different ways. So more of my inspirations are in a subconscious level, not like specific level. And as I said, every film I go, I mean, if say I'm making a scene, I'm shooting a scene, but if I had done that already previously, that doesn't inspire me at all. I mean, even when I go to shoot every day, I need to do something new, for me at least. I'm not saying like I'm doing something new to the entire cinema, but this sort of thing I have not shot before. This sort of zone I have not shot before. This sort of emotion I have not tried to capture before. Only then it will inspire me and that energy will be there. So that is always there, that uniqueness part. and maybe while making there might be some inspiration that comes through in a very subconscious level.
To add on to the subtext, even in the kind of films, whatever you have done, Jigarthanda, Peta, Mahan, everything, what is your approach to the character development basically? Because as an audience, as a consumer, we always find it like, I mean, especially there are so many film enthusiasts over here, even I'm sure they'll agree, we feel it's a mystery in terms of the character curve, whatever you write. So that also, what is like, how do you write?
So basically, I think I would love, while writing, I love to go more deeper into the characters. I mean, because the story, pretty much whatever I thought, like when first you get an idea, no, for a film, say for Mahan, as an example. First idea was like it's between a father and son, and who's ideologically they are against each other. That's what the thing is like, and it's about a man who's like not done anything for himself until he's 40 years old, and at 40 years he decides to break something, break free, and that sort of splits the family. And then on some ideology they both differ, and then the family is split, and then the son comes back after so many years.
Yes.
And then what's happening with this is the actual story. But the thing is like, once I go into that character only, that sort of gives me a lot of other dimension, because so this is the story with which I started Mahan. But then okay, on what ideology they are going to differ, on what ideology they are going to fight. There can be anything. It can be a religious ideology. It can be like a ideology on casteism or whatever. It can be anything. But then I felt, okay, let us keep it like a Gandhian principles, like a Gandhian ideology. So a family which is following Gandhian ideology from his childhood. And then what if he breaks that only in one aspect of when what Gandhi told about drinking, no, he's against liquor prohibition.
Alcohol,
so what if his father and all fought for liquor prohibition at some point in 50s and 60s and all that, and then he is coming and breaking that only in one aspect, and that should go. So when I got that idea, then again I thought, okay, then if he's breaking that thing, if he's breaking that only in one aspect, and then after some point he decides, okay, my family is also gone now. Now I have not seen my life, I have not lived my life at all for 40 years. Now let me get into. So what he should become? He should become like a liquor, whatever that industry is big thing. And what if a person who's for 40 years he has not done anything, and then suddenly he thinks like he has got money, whatever he thinks he can do, means what and all he will try to do. That's what the idea. So it's basically upon that character that so that actually interests me more, because the story is going to remain the same. Whatever story I thought the first day, even when I finished the script also, the story is same. But it's what is the growth of the script is the character, what character I have bought in, and how that character is. So basically what I would usually see is when the film, when the script starts, when a character, I mean who he is, it can mean anything, like at what stage he is, and when the film ends, where he is. I mean, what is the graph of each character? I mean, that's what he says, character arc, no? I want to have a steep change in that, all the characters. Then only it sort of excites me personally. I mean, if a person started as like say a very pure, a very good person, like a white character, and then his character ends, well, the film is ending, his character is still the same, means that character is a boring character for me. So there has to be a change, because that's what the screenplay is going to do during the process of the entire the story happening. How it's going to affect these characters, that will be there, and I think in all the films. Like even if you take Jagamethandram also, that same graph is there. I mean, when he goes to London, he's going in a different mindset. He doesn't even know what is immigration or what is asylum seekers or what. But then when the film ends, he's like fighting up for them, along with them. So I think every film, that's what drives me to. So I think it's more of the character development is what makes the script more interesting. The story is going to be the same, even if. But only working on the characters more actually makes that script, as you said, more unique and more interesting.
But do you really think with this, all the, like the thought which you said, like a Gandhian principles, he's following that and he breaks it and win. I think there are multiple approaches wherein if they think in an offbeat kind of cinematic way, it's going to be a different approach. But taking all the examples of your films, do you really think from beginning you felt like, yeah, the larger than the life character, if I write it, so it will reach to a larger audience is what you deliberately you do that, or does it happen organically?
I think mostly it happens organically because, say for example, Iravi is not more of a larger than life character. It's more of a character which we see on a daily basis. But then say in Double X and all, it's actually a larger than life character. Caesar is someone who's maybe we might not even seen someone like that.
Yeah.
So, but that sort of excites the script. It's not about, okay, I mean, if I have this character in this space, you might get more audience. No, I mean, this is more of the script, and that excites the artist also. So that they also need some scope to come and perform. I mean, when they listen to the script, what they like is, I mean, when it has a very range of, very good scope for them to come and perform, only they sort of accept for the role.
And
also.
I think even in terms of the commerce also, it might work.
Yeah, it might work. I mean, it is working also. Yeah.
This on-screen character is okay. Like when it comes to the off-screen, like the collaboration, what you have done with the actors, like be it from Talaiva to Vikram sir or like Vijay Satyapathi and everyone, the kind of collaboration when you do with the bigger stars, like since you have a journey, I mean, like you are a techie who have passed out and all, how easy or what were the kind of challenges you had to face while collaborating with these actors?
I think so far the stars whoever I worked, I mean, because like say Bobby, Vijay Sethupathi and all, we are from the short film time we have been working together. So it is like more of, I don't see them as stars, it's more of like a friends shooting the thing. And I think the first person with whom I worked was whom I didn't know at all, and then was S.J. Surya sir, because I see him, he's like a great director at the time and he's a great actor. But then for Iravi when he came, there was more of, and he is an extraordinary actor, and then he is very, very passionate. And so with S.J. sir was my first like kind of an actor or a star with whom I worked, and he was like very, very passionate. He's a very, very passionate actor. More than a director, he's like, I came to know that only after interacting with him. He was like, I want to be an actor first, but for that, to get that route, I started directing. I was like, sir, you have directed some awesome films, which is like, but his motive was to become an actor. And then, so in Iravi, he was like completely into the character, and then the way he worked, there was no thing at all. So far, I would say like I've been so lucky because all the actors I worked, like including Talaivar and all, like he's like a gem. I mean, even now he is still, even I think I've seen like a lot of other new actors who have come recently and all, like doing some, giving sort of some problems and irritation for us. No, but I think he will make sure that the director is
a complete director's actor.
Yeah, he's a complete director's actor, and the way he get ready for the scene, way he prepares his dialogue, and then because at this age, and he used to tell me like, he used to tell like I used to, even if it's like 5-page, 6-page dialogue, I used to like continuously tell. But because of now, I mean, he's getting, so I might miss some dialogue. He will tell me before and only I might miss some dialogue. If that case, we can go for one more. He will always tell when there is a lengthy dialogue scenes. But none of the time he has done. He's got
never
for
missed
one
it.
More. Yeah, he's never missed it. But I always used to call and tell. See, I used to do that. But the thing is like I might miss. In that case, we will cut there and then go on for it. Okay, sir. But then he'll do. Like so, he is such a dedicated actor, and even Dhanush is an extraordinary performer. And then I mean, Dhanush is not like. It's not like much of the job we don't. I mean, we not go on extract performance and all. I mean, they know what they want. Even Vikram sir, he is like superb. I mean, the way he gets into the character and everybody puts for it, and even Lawrence sir. And so Lawrence sir also put in a lot of effort for Double X, because it's like completely different from what he has done before. It's not at all in his zone. So he has not done any scenes before like that. Not even one scene also, one reaction also. He has not done anything before like that. So everything was new for him, and so for the first few days it was it was tough for him to grasp that, but he was in the mindset that he needs to pull this off. I mean, he was like that. I mean, okay, he was like, I'm not getting it, what you are saying. I mean, because even for a small reaction, I will tell, no, this is not working. You have to cut it down. This is not the way. Because he's used to, even if it's a comedy, he'll go a bit overboard. But then I will tell, no, this is not the way. Just tell normally. He's like, will it work? I said, no, this. See, I mean, but I didn't like that previous version of what you did.
Yeah.
So first few days it was tough for him also to
Get into the groove.
yeah, but after he got into it, he was like, okay, got into the mode of like, okay, this is something new for me. Let me just again give it to the director and perform whatever he asked for. And then it came out very well, and people who saw the film were like praising his performance. So far I didn't have much of a problem from stars.
But I mean, kudos to you, phenomenal in terms of like Raghav and Nimisha. What a stellar performer!
She is like a great performer, and for Nimisha, not like we not even put any effort or something. Like I forgot actually like Nimisha is acting in the movie because the a lot of intense scenes and all is coming. I will be like telling Lawrence sir and this one, and then we'll be working on the staging, the choreography and everything, and then Nimisha. Like, Nimisha, you'll be ready, no? She'll be like, I'm ready. But then she will come and perform like superbly. And even Lawrence sir and SJ sir were telling, I mean, she's acting like a devil. I mean, in front of her, when she is going to score more. She's an extraordinary actor, yeah.
Do you really think when you have such kind of actors, as a filmmaker, does it give one layer of comfort already to a filmmaker? Do you really think?
I mean, more than comfort, I think that is what, I think that's the charm of this process. I mean, this filmmaking as such, because when you write a script and then you finish and then you do a lot of script readings when you're doing short division, so you know that scene, but still you won't be able to visualize exactly how they're going to perform. Only the actors, when they come and perform it, that's actually getting live, no? I mean, that's getting real. Whatever is there in the paper so far, whatever preparation you have done, how many ever times you would have thought about the scene, short division, but only when they perform, it's sort of getting into shape and it's becoming a reality. So to watch that itself is, I think, is a blessing when you sit in the monitor and then see that scene, whatever you have thought is getting into reality. So that comes through the actors, no? So I mean, when they perform, so that is more of, I think that's the beauty of being a director. I mean, that's one thing we can enjoy the most.
And I think, I mean, along with the footages and everything, the enhancement of a film also happens through, like, probably I can say, I cannot weigh it with the percentage, but with the music. So when it comes to the music in your films, be it from your first film till Jigarthanda XX, you have this solid collaboration with Santosh Narayan. One, was it like the comfort level which you have been with Santosh, and also in between when you went to Anirudh for Petta, which was massive in terms of the reach and in terms of the way people took the album. So why didn't you go with any other music directors, or like it's like whatever, no matter what, Santosh is in my camp, I have to be there?
Yeah, I mean, Santosh used to tell me, go do one film with A.R. Rahman sir.
That would have been my next question. When is that?
So he will tell, go and do then. But the thing is, like, it's not that A.R. Rahman sir called me and given an opportunity. It's always a dream to work with A.R. Rahman. But I'm saying Santosh used to tell, like, work with. But the thing is, like, from Pizza, no, like the time we started working together, it is now it has become. I mean, we are like more of a family now, more of a friends, more of a family. But beyond all that, I'm not working with him because he's very friendly or because he's a genius actually, like the way, because the thing is, like, so far in all my films, my inputs or my effort to bring out the music is very, 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 very minimal. I mean, only thing is I used to give him the script and he used to read it, and then for the songs and all, I just get an idea of, like, I will just give him an idea how I'm planning to shoot the song, what kind of song, what we are trying to convey through the song. Like, say, for example, in XX, there's a song called Oyaram. That's the tribal song that comes up. So that's the first song we shot. So I just told him, this is what it is. This is what happens after the song. This is what happened before the song. But what we are trying to show in that song is the celebration of a tribal people, and that people, at least for the past easily like 10-15 years. They were in trouble. I mean, they are facing all the trouble, so there is no happiness at all in that entire village. As a first time, there is a sign of happiness there, and that's a celebration. This is what I will tell. That's it. And then I will tell the zone. I mean, the landscape. I mean, this is like a tribal village in a forest, which is in a hill area near Madurai. So the slang will be like this. And all that. So then he comes up with some tune and song and all that. So my thing is very, very minimal. I mean, most of the time, whatever he gives first, I'll tell okay.
Okay.
So he has sometimes came and changed. He's like, what you are saying okay for that? It is not good. Like, no, it's good only. You're like, no, let us change it. So he will change. But only very few times I ever told, no, this is not working. Let us, so... But that thing, because creatively we both are in that sync, no? So that helps me more. So even Anirudh is also like that. I mean, Anirudh, like I worked with him in Peta, so he is like in a complete different energy level. And then he also used to work, I mean, very fast. He's also very fast. I mean, like in one night and all, he used to finish a song and send and all that. So, so both are like really great. I'm very happy I worked with both of them, and I will still work more with Santosh also and Anirudh also. Yeah.
Like my next question was like, when will you work with ARR, sir? So obviously you said that.
I mean, that's my dream to work with ARR, sir. Hopefully soon.
And you have demonstrated a notable kind of inclination towards Ilayaraja sir songs in most of the films you do. In fact, it's like, I mean, I'm sure everyone are a die-hard fan of Ilayaraja sir music. Was it like a deliberate thing, or like you want to just, no matter what, I have to have this kind of underlay?
I think Ilayaraja sir music is, I think most of us, it is there in our blood. Actually. Then, seriously, I mean, for me it is like my blood, because anything to relate and all that, that there is one Ilayaraja song which is actually any emotion in my life. It can be love, it can be friendship, it can be anger. Anger, because that incident, no, like I told first, like when I was thrown out of the company and all that. So there is that song, Rama Andalum Ravana. I just sat in my car for 10 minutes. I listened to that song for like half an hour continuously.
Oh God.
Then I was like out of that. Okay, fine. that song, that lyric is there, no? There is one lyric. Pona pogudu vela unaku oru velaiya kudukrenda. It means like, if you are taking my job, so okay, I will give you a job.
I will give you a job.
I was like, okay, then. So I think Ilayaraja sir is there in the blood, no? So that you cannot take out of most of us.
Wow. I mean, there are a few, I mean, I don't know whether it is right or wrong to get this. There are so many other directors, when I watch their interviews, they say the way they form a script, it's like basically they shoot particular sequence and then they stitch into a film is what they do. There are a few other people who writes a story complete from head to tail. So usually what is your way of, like, do you have something like before completing the story, you say, okay, these are the sequences wherein I have to, okay, with few fights or with few stunts and with the songs, and then you're going to form a story onto it, or like head to tail, no matter what, you have the bound script?
Yeah, I go by that method, because I think as I said, when I did a 1 minute short film in Lal Bagh, no, that time also, what he said was, see, the script is what matters. I mean, script is the Bible, that's the starting part. So that once that is ready, then only you need to even touch the camera. That's what I was taught about, and I think that's universal. I mean, that's that I think is a basic thing. There are a lot of other filmmakers also who go without a script, they shoot and all. Yeah, I mean, it might work for them, but I'm saying
the longevity.
I think this is what is the right way. I mean, I would say, I mean, it's nothing wrong in breaking it and then doing something. But for me personally, I should have a bound script. I should have a short division for all the scenes. I should have a storyboard for all the scenes. I mean, because no matter, even if there are some scenes where I would have a storyboard for every scene, like even if it's a dialogue scene also, because usually they do storyboard only for like big action sequences and all that. This one, but I used to do just for all the scenes, like simple sketch thing. I'll have a big document where this is the scene, this is the shot we have spoke about, and during the discussion what all we thought about the scene, and some notes I would tell, like during the script reading session with my direction team, I will tell performance notes, art department notes, stunt notes, everything. So all that will be in the document. So everything will be there, and but this is more of like a our way to train ourselves to shoot a film. That's what I mean. Because for most of the time I go to the shoot day, it is like full chaos. Suddenly things happen. I won't even take that paper and see.
Yeah.
Like whatever I did, but that would have actually helped me to come out of this chaos.
Correct.
That's because I sat in that scene. So much time I've spent so much time I spent on every scene, on the short division, on storyboard. That's why, even if there's chaos, no, I mean I could suddenly I would change all the short divisions. Suddenly I will tell, okay, let's go by this way. But that confidence and that thing will come only if you have put in so much effort on the pre-production. That's what I believe.
But how do you prep? Like in general, do you conduct workshop with the actors for every film, or like?
Yeah, I mean, like say for some like when you're coming with Vikram sir and all, like I used to have script reading sessions, and then we read the script and then we talk more about that character, like how he actually thought about it and what is his thought process on reading the script. So he will come up with, because they're actors, no? I mean, they might suddenly tell which even we wouldn't have thought about it. So okay, let me do this. Let me have a get up like this. Let me do a body language like this, or I will give some suggestions. So there are a lot of, but for other actors, we had a lot of rehearsals. We have a lot of training. We have trainers. I mean, every film have an acting trainer, and then we train every actor to get into the role too much and all that. So that process and all, everything goes by that process.
Wow. As a producer, when you when you put your hands into the many films and web series, whatever you did, so what do you think as a producer you have a different mindset to work, and wherein the conflict of a director mindset, do you really think it clashes over there?
The thing is, like this company with Stonebench, the thing is like me, Karthikeyan and Kalyan, Pawan and all that, Sendil, we are all that a part of it. But when it comes to film production, like I will be there only mostly in the script selection stage. I mean, say if some script is exciting for me, I read a script and then it's very exciting for them, I will just tell them, see, this is very exciting, let us all, so we all read the script, and if all of us are liking it, then we will go about making that film into like the production, this one. But I don't involve in production at all, like I don't go there and then put budget and all that, I don't do that, but I oversee the things, I just oversee the things, and then I make sure the things are going in the right way, because you don't burden the filmmaker also, and we don't burden ourselves also by putting so much money, and we try making good films as well as money making films, but everything is a try going on. Every film is a learning, every film is going on that direction.
And next I'll open to the audience for the interaction.
So firstly, congratulations for Jigarthanda XX. I really loved the film. I watched it twice. My question is that how do you balance entertainment with social commentary in your work?
Yeah, so that I actually when I started filmmaking and all that, I wanted to like say in my short film and all, there's a short film called Kachi Play and all that is more about the Elam war, how a flight sound differs for kids in various landscapes, sort of a thing. But then when I started making feature film, I was very sure like it shouldn't be like I didn't want to like every film has to have a message. I'm against that. It's not like we are giving a message or social commentary is not essential to be a good filmmaker. To make, I mean, a good film is not about whether if it talks about a social issue. No, I mean, let it not talk about a social issue at all. Like if you tell a good story between two people, even just sitting and talking, also it's fine. I mean, that's a good film. But I have lot of stories to tell that touches this sort of a thing, because even in XX also, I'm not actually sort of telling any message or any solution to the social issue or something. But the thing is like, yeah, there have been lot of oppression that's been happening, and then that we were not even aware of. There is a lot of small tribes which has been erased from where they were, from the forest or whatever. It can be forest, it can be even a fisherman community, it can be anything, it applies for everything. So even in that kind of a period, like in 70s and all, so we are not now with this thing and all, is, like every news is spreading, whatever is happening in Bangalore, the street is, we know even, but At that time, you imagine, I mean, if there is a small tribal village, if there's something of this sort has happened, that might not even come back at any time. So what if there was a film being made at that time? What if there was a guy with a camera at that time? What would have happened? That's the story I wanted to tell. So there's no solution into that. The thing is like, yeah, I mean, what I want to tell was cinema is a bigger weapon than that. And there's one more thing which I want to tell is, in front of a bigger political system, you can be Caesar, you can be a gangster, you can be a whoever you think like you are a hero and all that. But in front of them, nothing. I mean, they can just erase you like this. But then even to bring that bigger political thing down also, art can do. That's what I wanted to convey. So the thing is like, so I think that balance comes organically in the script. So in that case, even because here consciously for XX, I kept the humor quotient low, because there were scope of making it as a bigger, more dialogue humor or a slapstick humor and all, but I didn't want that, because I know in the second half of the film is turning into a very serious note. So if you compare Jigarthanda, and the amount of humor in Jigarthanda is totally different from what we had here. But there was a scope of humor I had for first half, so I did that. So that balance comes organically. That's what I think.
Now we have, I actually love Jagame Tandiram. I feel it's a very great film. But then one thing I've noticed in your film is you do genre shifting very smoothly. I think from Pizza, Jagame Tandiram, even Jigarthanda XX. So how is your treatment towards that? I mean, Jagame Tandiram, people a little bit could not accept it when the gangster became a very, supportive people. But I actually love that arc in the character. So how is your treatment towards genre shifting, because you do it so easily and smoothly?
Yeah, the thing is like, again, right from Pizza or Jagame Tandiram or Mahan, the thing is like, I start that character somewhere and then it goes to the thing. No, the word genre only I came to know after making 2 films. Like, no, seriously, I'm not joking, because we used to say comedy padam, action, santa padam. This is what we know. So we used to watch there. No, so even like, and I didn't have any proper filmmaking course, learning and all that and all. So after when say I made Pizza and then Jigarthanda, then that time in a lot of people in press like, you're doing a lot of genre shift. Okay. So what is? First of all, I took a lot of time to pronounce it as genre. So I think that is, let us not I don't actually worry about that. But when the story takes there, yeah, it shifts the genre. It's fine. I mean, it is because say in XX, I wanted to tell this mainly about an elephant, about a forest, about the tribal thing. But I have to start from Jigarthanda, where the soul of Jigarthanda. So automatically it shifts to something, because there Jigarthanda is more of a dark humor film. So in the first half of Jigarthanda XX will be mostly into that dark humor zone, but then it turns into a serious zone. So the genre shift is happening because the script is going like that. So don't that word.
ಕೆರಿಯರ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಿನಿಮಾದೂ ಒಂದು ಲೈನಾಗಿ ಕ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಇದಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ. ಬಟ್ ಇರೈವನೇನು ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಪಟ್ಟೆ ಕಷ್ಟ, ಅದು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಹುಡ್ತು ಅನ್ನೋದು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅದ್ರ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಪ್ಲೇ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸ್ ಹೆಂಗಿತ್ತು ಅಂತ, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಅದು ಒಂದು ಫೆಮಿನಿಸಮ್ ಪರ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟಿವಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಅದು ಹೆಂಗಾಯಿತು ಅಂತ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಅದು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಹುಡ್ತು ಮತ್ತು ಹೆಂಗೆ.
So Iraivi started from basically that's a great writer called Sujata in Tamil. So
Mani sir, Shankar sir.
Yeah, I mean he's a great screenwriter also. He's a great novelist, great short story writer, everything. So I read one of his like a short story novel. That story is about in Iraivi, if you had seen the Vijay Sethupathi character, no? So the story is only about that. I mean, a person who has committed a crime for his boss, for some reason for his boss. When his wife is pregnant, he goes to a jail, and then he comes back in the jail. The kid is like 2-3 years old, and then the kid will call him as an uncle. I mean, he doesn't know that it's a father, so it won't call him as appa. He'll call uncle. So the relationship between they both is what the short story is about. So that story actually inspired me. So I got the rights of that story, but then I wanted it to. There what I saw was a man how like whether consciously or unconsciously is dominating a woman and then making her to wait for him to give her freedom. That's what I got from that story. So I wanted him to make it into a feature film. So only with that particular story I can't it won't stand for a feature film. So in that short story, the two characters, like for their boss, for whom he is committing the crime, no, that is very, very small characters. It just comes in one page and goes. So that I thought, let me work on that characters also. So then I made that as one guy as a filmmaker and one guy as a college student, and the business which they are doing, there it will be like more of like some sort of smuggling or something. So I wanted it to be something unique. So then I went into this statue. So then that got connect to women which you're talking about. So that's when it's a statue of like a female god. So that's when the Iravi thing came. So that's how this started, and that's how I wrote that.
ನಂಗೆ ಯೂಶಲಿ ಕುತೂಹಲ, ಈ ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಫಿಲ್ಮ್ ಮೇಕರ್ಸು ಯಾವ ಥರದ ಫಿಲ್ಮ್ ನೋಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಟಿ ವಿ ಶೋ ನೋಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ. ಈಗ ರೀಸೆಂಟಾಗಿ ನೀವು ನೋಡಿರೋ ಫಿಲ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ತುಂಬ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಯಾವ ಶೋ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂತ?
ರೀಸೆಂಟಾಗಿ ನೋಡಿದ ಫಿಲ್ಮ್
Recently, which are the films you have liked watching? And shows also, right? Yeah, and the OTT shows.
shows, okay. I loved Side A, super film.
Saptasagara.
Yeah,
And Advaita is also here.
yeah.
The cinematographer.
Oh, your cinematographer.
Yeah.
Great man, great job, superb. So I loved Side A, and Side B I meant to watch, but we presented in Tamil. Stonebench presented Elikadal Elimalai in Elikadal Tandi in Tamil, and so that film wise I liked that very much, and show wise recently I saw Railwayman.
Oh yeah, wow.
Yeah.
நமக்கு ஒரு ஐடியா இருக்கும்ல, அதை எப்படி ஸ்கிரிப்டாக டெவலப் பண்ணுறதுன்ட்டு.
அதுக்கு தான் 3 வருஷம் கோர்ஸ் படிப்பேன், ஸ்க்ரீன் ரைட்டிங் கோர்ஸ்ன்னு சொல்லு. இல்லை அதான் சொன்னேன் இல்லையா, நான் அந்த ஒன் டே வருஷம் போகணுன்னு சொன்னேன்ல. பேசிக்லி அதுக்கு பேசிக் ரூல்ஸ் ஒன்று இருக்குல்ல. இப்போ நீங்கள் வந்து உனக்கு ஒரு கதையாக ஜென்ரலாக ஒன்று ரேண்டமாக வந்து இப்போ காலையில் நீ இங்கே வந்த இது நடந்துச்சுன்றதை வந்து ஒரு கதையாக பண்ணணும்னா அதுக்கு ஒரு ப்ராசஸ் இருக்குது. அதை வந்து ஒரு சீனாக எப்படி பிரிக்கணும் அப்படின்றது ஒரு ப்ராசஸ் இருக்குது. அதுதான் தட்ஸ் கால் ஸ்க்ரீன் ரைட்டிங். ஸோ தட் யூ நீட் டு
ஹலோ சார், நானும் தமிழ்லேயே கேட்குறேன் சார். சார் என்னென்னா, உங்களுக்கு வந்து இப்போது ஷார்ட் ஃபிலிம் மேக்கராக இருக்கும்போது நாளே இயக்குனரெல்லாம் ஒரு பிளாட்ஃபார்மாக இருந்துச்சு சார். ஆனால் இப்போது நாங்களும் படம்லாம் பண்ணுறோம், ஷார்ட் ஃபிலிம்லாம் பண்ணுறோம். ஸோ எப்படின்னா எங்களுக்கு ஒரு பிளாட்ஃபார்மாக எது இருக்கும்னு நீங்கள் நினைக்கிறீங்க, எதுவாக இருக்கும்னு நீங்கள் நினைக்கிறீங்க?
ஐ திங்க் இப்போ நாளே இயக்குனர் வந்தப்போ, ஐ மீன் லாட் ஆஃப் ஷார்ட் ஃபிலிம்ஸ் தட் came through Nale Yekunar, but and even in YouTube also, I think at that time there was lot of traction to short films, good short films and all that. But then it became too much. I mean, I think lot of people started making short film, and what I think I see the basic problem is lot of people started seeing short film as more of a showreel to get a producer for a feature film. I think that's the problem. I mean, because that's when it is not a short film also, and it's not going to get you producer also. So that's the thing. I think when you take ஒரு ஜென்யூனாக அந்த ஃபார்மேட்டுக்கு ஜென்யூனாக ஒரு ஸ்கிரிப்ட் எடுத்து அதை ஷார்ட் ஃபில்மாக பண்ணால் நவ் ஐ திங்க் த திங்ஸ் ஆர் சேஞ்சிங்ல. பிகாஸ் யூடியூப்பில் வந்து முன்னாடி வந்து நிறைய ஒரு ஷார்ட் ஃபிலிம் போட அதுக்கு நிறைய பேர் ஷேர் பண்ணி, இப்போ வந்து இட்ஸ் பிகமிங் மோர் ஆஃப் அதர் வீடியோஸ் அந்த மாதிரிலாம் போயிட்டுருக்கு. பட் ஐ திங்க் ஆல்வேஸ் தெர் இஸ் லாட் ஆஃப் ஷார்ட் ஃபிலிம் ஃபெஸ்டிவல்ஸ் through which you can take the short film route. Even from Stonebench also we tried somewhere to develop some platform where there can be a monetization from short films, but we tried and we failed at that time. But definitely soon I'm planning to do something. Yeah, we'll all together do something.
Firstly, thank you so much for giving us Peta. So as a hardcore Rajni fan, ellarku theriyu, like after watching Jigarthanda, Talevar wanted to do this Sedu role. So do you have some kind of script for Talevar, like in character arc of Sedu? அந்த மாதிரி சேது மாதிரி ஒரு தலைவருக்கு ஒரு கேரக்டர் இருக்கா உங்கள் மைண்டில், ஃப்யூச்சரில் பண்ணலாமா அந்த மாதிரி?
சேது மாதிரி இல்லை. இது நான் இந்த கதை சொல்லியிருக்கேன் அவருக்கு, ஜிகர்தண்டா XX கதையை அவருக்கு சொல்லியிருக்கேன். But then at that time it was not so ready. Whatever இப்போ இந்த அளவுக்கு ஃபுல்லாக ரெடியாக இல்லை ஸ்கிரிப்ட், பட் ஐடியாவை மட்டும் சொல்லியிருந்தேன். பட் he was not impressed. But then after seeing the film he asked, why you didn't tell this to me? நான் சொன்னேன், சார் ஐ டோல்ட் அப்படின்னு. அப்போ சொன்னப்போ இது எல்லாமே இருந்துச்சா அப்படின்னு கேட்டார். இந்த இதெல்லாம் இல்லை சார். அப்புறம் எப்படி அப்படின்னு.
So that days, like in the beginning days, which are the movies which provoke you to become a filmmaker? And now in the stage now, like you are a successful filmmaker, so you have any plans of making in Kannada come back again?
Kannada film. Yeah. I mean, I've always wanted to make a Kannada film. I used to speak. I mean, Rakshit and all is a good friend, so we used to talk. I wanted Rakshit to take him to Tamil or come and do a film. That might happen soon.
So have you watched any movie in the initial days, sir, which make you provoke?
Initially, see, the thing is like I'm from Madurai, and the major thing is cinema there. I mean, we used to watch everything. Like, and I'm a big Talavar fan. I used to watch Talavar film. I used to watch all the dubbing films also, like Vijayinti APS, Jigarthanda Police. All that I used to watch. And English films is there is 2 theaters in Madurai. It's called Maappalai Vinayagar, Manikya Vinayagar. Only they will release English films. So whatever films released there, I watched. So for me, English films are only that: Commando, Jurassic Park, all Jackie Chan films and all that. So I think the first film, which is like a film which changed a perspective for me, was Shawshank Redemption. He told that film. I watched that film, and then there was, okay, this is more of this one. And then obviously Manirathnam sir films, okay, like say Talabadi or every Manirathnam sir film gives me a different vibe. I mean, we see all the films, we enjoy all the films, but Manirathnam sir films has something more in it, and then it pulled me more into filmmaking aspects.
My name is Naveen Dwaknath. It is not a question, but basically it's my experience with Iraivi, basically. It has really inspired me a lot because I happened to watch this in theatre in Chennai. This is a place called Krompet, so that's where I watched this film. 2 things which I got inspired was, one, where you gave a logical ending to all the characters, especially in the end, right, when S. J. Surya gets arrested, and where the mother with the daughter, she comes out of the train, right? So that's where I felt one thing, will Iraivi 2 also might come also, because the reason is, one side, Vijay Sethupathi sir has died. The other side, S.J. Surya has gone to the jail. His wife might get married or not married, you never know. And his wife is coming out of the train and showing the daughter during the rains. So is there anything?
I think it won't be with the same characters or something like that, but there is always a lot of stories to talk about men and women.
Yeah.
And the women freedom in a total different world, different setup and all.
But do you really think so many times when we have to think of the climax or an end to the film, I mean, I don't know how the process works with you, but there's so many people, they say, like, on a hypothetical situation, the film should have a sequel mode, or when I need to have a kind of open end over to it. Do you really think in that direction, or like it's...
No, because Jigarthanda also, I never had when we made Jigarthanda, I never had an idea of this, I'll be making a second part or something like that. Then at some point it came out, and then and also I didn't want it to be a sequel or a prequel.
Correct.
I wanted it to be like a spiritual sequel thing, but then in Jigarthanda Double X, I connected it to Jigarthanda because I had an idea for Triple X thing. Yeah. So only in this film I thought, okay, definitely there is a scope for a...
So you mean to say in the Triple X, do you think we are going to see the idea of the filmmaker journey in one or the other way? Do you really think that idea will be there?
I mean, that will be there. I mean, film art and the crime will be there, but I still don't know like where it's going to take. But now only Sethu is born, no? That's should take it from somewhere.
My name is Shreyas, and I've been a fan of yours since the start. தமிழில் பேசலாமா பரவாயில்ல உங்களோட எல்லா படமே பார்த்துருக்கேன் நான் ஸோ and the best one being of all is the first Jigarthanda, and of course the second one obviously was so good. I was hoping someday you would collaborate with another favorite actor of mine from the industry, Fahad Fazil, at some point in life. That's something that I would wish to watch on screen, and that's just a suggestion.
Yeah, sure. Even I would love to work with Fahad.
And there was another question I had, but Mayur asked that already. It's about working with Anirudh. Like, you had a strong bond with Santosh Narayanan on all your films, but was there a challenge working with him, with Anirudh? Because
no, he was so cool, and the thing is, like, I think Peta is Anirudh's first film for Talaivar also, and for me also, and he is also a big Talaivar fan. So that was more of like a like two crazy Talaivar fans working for a film. It was more of that zone only.
It's a crazy collaboration. Crazy collaboration.
Yeah. So that is not at all tough to work with him.
Thank you.
லைக் வாட் ஐ வாண்டட் டு நோ இஸ் இப்போ நீங்கள் வந்து ஒரு ஸ்டோரி பில்ட் பண்ணுறீங்களா, லைக் அவுட்லைன் உங்ககிட்ட ஒரு ஸ்டோரி இருக்குது, நீங்கள் ஒரு கேரக்டர் பில்ட் பண்ணுறீங்க, யூ டேக் இட் ஃபார்வர்ட். அட் சம் பாயிண்ட் இஃப் தேர் இஸ் சம் பிரேக் தட் யூ ஆர் நாட் ஏபிள் டு டேக் த கேரக்டர் ஃபார்வர்ட், வாட் வில் யூ டூ சார்? லைக்
அது ஒரு கேரக்டராக சொல்கிறீங்களா இல்லை அந்த சீன் போயிட்டு இருக்கும்போது ஏதோ ஒரு பிளாக் வருது அந்த மாதிரி கேட்குறீங்களா?
லைக் பிகாஸ் அந்த கேரக்டர் வச்சு தானே அந்த சீனே ஃபார்வர்ட் போகும். ஸோ இஃப் தெர் இஸ் அ பிரேக் இன் தட் கேரக்டர் ஆர் சம்திங், தெர் இஸ் அ பிளாக், வாட் வில் யூ டூ சார்?
Simple is give some time. I mean, give some time to that character also. So it will come out with something else in Ramadi. But I won't leave it. I won't like, okay, appa idu vename vena அப்படின்ற மாதிரி இது பண்ணலாம். But there are some instances where some ஒரு அடிஷ்னலாக ஒரு சம் கேரக்டர் would have felt this is additional, this is not required அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு அதை டோட்டலாகவே ரிமூவ் பண்ண மாதிரிலாம் சில விஷயங்கள் நடந்திருக்கு. அது வந்து ஈவன் எடிட்டில் கூட நடந்திருக்கு. மகான்லலாம் அவங்க வாணி போஜன் ஒரு கேரக்டர் பண்ணாங்க, டோட்டலாக எடிட்லேயே வைக்க முடியல. பட் when I was writing I felt that is important, that character is important, but during edit it didn't feel like the need for it அப்படின்ற மாதிரி ஒன்று வந்துருச்சு. ஸோ took it.
Like I have a writing question. So what I love the most about your writing is the way you handle relationship dynamics. So the dynamics between Vikram sir and Simran ma'am and Mahan was so beautiful. So in your first stage of writing, do you directly write for the screen or do you write it as a pure piece of literature? Because when you usually write it for the screen, okay, you will have the camera angles. Will that not dilute the emotions between two characters when you do screenplay in the first stage, or do you write it as literature in first?
I think the first draft of the script or first 2-3 drafts of the script will be more of like a literature, but it will be in the screenplay template only. It will be like scenes, description, dialogues, it will be there. But it's more of, even when I write the description, it will be more of writing like a novel. I mean, that I learned. I mean, I'm not saying right from pizza I'm doing this, but especially for Jigarthanda XXX Mahan and all, like when I wrote, I felt okay. Write it like I'm writing a story, like a short story or a novel. Even the description will be because more than just being an information, I can just tell, okay, he came in and he sat here அப்படின்றத வந்து ஜஸ்ட் அப்படின்னு எழுதாமல் அதுக்குள்ளே ஒரு கவித்துவமாக ஒன்று எழுதுறது பரவாயில்லன்ற மாதிரி சொல்லிட்டு I started writing, even working on the description also, and even the dialogues also when you write. So it will be more of a literature only. Then I think the short duration and all comes in the later. I mean, when we actually think the script is almost done, this is the version we are going to shoot ன்னு சொல்கிறதுக்கு அப்புறம் will I think ஒரு 5th 6th draftல தான் வந்து you will add, okay, camera angle இப்படி வரலாம் அப்படின்றது. For some scenes right away யோசிக்கும் போதே you will need to write a camera angle. So I think it's a mix of both. You need to write screenplays, you are writing a novel அப்படின்ற மாதிரி பண்ணால் it's better.
திஸ் கிரண், இப்போ வந்துட்டு ஐம் அ மியூசிக் ப்ரொடியூசர், ஓகேங்களா. நான் வந்துட்டு நிறைய மியூசிக்ஸ் லைக் ஷார்ட் ஃபிலிம்ஸ்க்காக மியூசிக் பண்ணிங்க, நாங்கள் ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் ஷூட் பண்ணுவோம். ஸோ இப்போ வந்துட்டு உங்கள் ஸ்டோரிக்கு எங்களுக்கு நிறைய கனெக்ட் இருந்துச்சு. லைக் நான் வேலைக்கு போயிடுவேன், வீக்கெண்ட்ஸில் எனக்குன்னு வெயிட் பண்ணி ஷூட்டிங்க்குன்னு பண்ணுறது, மியூசிக் ஒர்க்ஸ் அப்படி இப்படின்னு போவோம். ஸோ இப்போ நான் கேட்க வர்றது என்னென்னா, லைக் அஸ் அ ஆக்டர் ஆர் அ டேரக்டர் ஒரு பிளாட்ஃபார்ம் இருக்கும். லைக் ஒரு ப்ரொடியூசர் பிடிச்சா ஒரு டேரக்டர் மூவி பண்ணலாம், ஒரு ஆக்டிங்க்குனா ஒரு டேரக்டர் கூட இருந்தால் மேபி தேல் கிவ் அ சான்ஸ் பண்ணலான்ட்டு. ஃபார் அ மியூசிக் ப்ரொடியூசர் வாட் யூ வில் சஜஸ்ட் ஆர் டெல் as a platform or a way to go into the industry, எப்படி பண்ணுறது மாதிரி?
I think இந்த இண்டி மியூசிக் ஸ்பேஸ் கொஞ்சம் நம்ம ஊரில் ரொம்ப கம்மி தான். I mean, but now it has started to come up. Like if you see a lot of independent musicians songs are எடுத்து, some music labels are doing videos for it and then releasing it as a song album, I mean music videoவாக ரிலீஸ் பண்ணுறாங்க. So on the indie music space is slowly growing. The same thing for indie filmmakers also, like but I think music has a better growth than like a short film. And compare பண்ணும்போது ஒரு indie music space வந்து it has a better growth, and especially with after Spotify coming, like where artists can directly put, and if the song is hit they can also make revenue out of it அப்படின்ற மாதிரி வருதுல. I think there is a good thing happening with respect to the music space, and I think very soon you will have a platform where independent musicians can put their work and then that can be reach the audience also make some money out of it. Yeah.
I think GVM, he started doing with the short films in his YouTube channel, I think. For that.
Yeah.
Precisely, he started with that.
I mean, there are some point, I think ஒரு 5 years முன்னாடி வந்து there are a lot of short films like professional short films பண்ணி அது யூடியூப் பண்றது இதெல்லாம் பண்ணோம். Even anthology. We tried to release one anthology in theatre actually. Bench Talkies and Aviel லாம் வந்து ஒரு anthology we thought to release in theatre and then but அது வந்து பெருசா ஒர்க் ஆகல. But still it's a good idea ன்னு தான் எங்களுக்கு தோணுது. And that should do. And lot of OTT platforms started doing anthology பண்ண ஆரம்பிச்சாங்க. But again they are also doing it with like known director.
Even in Putham Pudha Kalai also, if you take all the known directors.
Yeah, all the known directors, known actors, அந்த மாதிரி தான் போகுது. But I always felt that anthology should be like more of indie short filmmakers should come and do. And then so we need to break that pattern. ஏதோ ஒன்று நடக்கணும்.
I think to add on to that, Rishabh did actually over here in Kannada circuit. Rishabh Shetty, he did a film called Katha. I mean, film in the sense the anthology of Katha Sangama. What he did. I think there were few short films of the new ones. Or
super.
So that was he paid a tribute to one of the veteran director called Puttana Kanaka.
Okay.
So that is what he did. Sorry.
Hi sir, do you work with casting directors or like what is the process you follow to cast the actors in your films?
Basically for my films I'm making here, it is my AD team only is the casting directors. And so there will be like one assistant director, associate director dedicated for casting this one. So they, after reading the script, they used to come up with options, and I also used to discuss a lot with them. Like for me the basic idea is, okay, I will first ask them which actor comes to your mind when you read this. Let us not go for that actor, for that character. So basically, because when you read the script and if some actor is coming, means like say for Jigarthanda, many people said Prakash Raj sir will be great for it. He is a great actor, but the thing is like why he is coming into your mind is because he has done a lot of villain roles and all that, and that's why he is coming into your mind. So maybe it might not look fresh here. I mean, so then like that we went for a lot of actors. We went for, but then Bobby could add a freshness to it. Like the same way, even for the character roles also, we used to think of someone who doesn't come to mind. Even for in XX, for CM character, the lady CM character, the first thing was Radhika madam, Revati madam and all that and all. Then we said no need. I mean, because the perspective wise, having a star in that or having a known face in that might give a lead that okay, this character is going to do something later. So for that, better is to do someone who is not much known but is a good actor. So I think for every character you need to sit and talk with your direction team and then find someone, whether to find someone new or find some and also they also bring like even from we have casted a lot of people from short films also, like that time they used to bring short films and show this actor has done well in this, so from there we have picked. So here I think in Tamil cinema at least the concept of casting director has not come yet, but I think in Mumbai Hindi films they are having a casting director. That habit is not here yet, but it's good to have a role like that. It will be an interesting role.
So that's why the unconventional way of approach towards the characters is evidently seen. I mean, nobody could even imagine Raghav Lawrence for that, and even Nimisha's with the background of the kind of films what she has done with that particular character.
Sir, good evening, sir. Thanks for the evening for you and Mayuraa, sir. Sir, and especially thanks for the movie Jigarthanda Double X, sir. From wholeheartedly we enjoyed the movie, sir. Thank you. My question is, sir, while shooting the movie, sir, you have two directors and two big directors in the set. Being a director, how challenging was it to explain your script to the director, sir? Because being a director, you can explain your script to an actor very easily because you'll just pull him in the screen. But when you give the same part to the directors, it is very hard to do, sir. So how challenging was it for you, sir?
It is not at all challenging. Them being a director, it was not challenging. Them being an actor is only challenging. Because they had a lot of questions from their acting point of view, not like, because they loved the script right from the day one I told the script, so they liked the script, but when it comes to performances only, there's a lot of things like Lawrence sir has not done something like this, and SJ sir, I need to tone him down for everything because He did Mark Antony before that, and I think parallelly, he was shooting parallelly. I mean, so there it's like a louder performance. All the dialogues will be like screaming. Here there is actually most of the scene there's no dialogues, just reactions. So there's a lot of questions, very healthy way. But they'll ask a lot of questions. But as a directors, they didn't do anything to.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. One more, sir. How does Karthik sir love to enjoy the movie, sir? As a director or as a audience?
Audience, because I watch my films as audience actually. Sometimes people have watched me weirdly, like what he's watching. He's enjoying his films only so much. You know, what's wrong in that? I am the first audience for my film, no, so.
Oh wow, this is very different. Because most of the people they say once I have completed, I'll never watch my film.
No, I used to go and watch. I mean,
really,
like,
wow.
I used to go and watch full this one and all, and most of the time I will enjoy that scene. I'll be like good and all, like I used to watch it all, like, and I've seen some reactions, people watching like what he's.
Hi sir, noticing that all your films are different from one another, what do you think is that one signature element of yours that you have tried to maintain all along, like throughout all your films? Apart from the aesthetic or collaborating with specific people, from your side, what do you think is that one signature element?
Don't know, I've not thought about it. One thing is I'll make sure that I don't do anything just because there is a trend that is working. You should tell, no, like this is a trend that is working, so have something like that. So I'll make sure I don't do that. I think that's one signature I can say. Thank you.
So you previously said that you have the seed idea that excites you. That is the final. No matter what changes in between, that is what you go with. So how easy or tough has it been through your journey? Because as you grow as a filmmaker, there's a lot of responsibility that comes onto your shoulder. So how easy or tough has it been for you to zero in on that seed idea? So as a filmmaker, you're growing, so people start expecting more and more from you as you grow. So has that affected any seed idea till date?
No, I don't try to see that as a pressure or like, okay, people are expecting. So one thing I keep in mind, people are not expecting anything from you. That's what it's like. If you give a good film, they will watch that thing and they enjoy it. And not only enjoyment, I mean, the thing is like, because for Double X and all, many people actually after there was because we are telling it's Jigarthanda part 2, so people will come with a mindset, okay, it will be like Jigarthanda, a lot of comedy in that and all that, but you are telling something very serious, and then the end it becomes very emotional. So how it's going to work, but audience sort of loved it. So I think they see it as what the film, they go into the theater and the film starts, what they see in the film is what they're expecting something there. So I don't think that will affect what kind of stories we are doing. And also one seed idea that also through some point it changes also for me. For example, Pizza the climax came only later, until he comes out of the house. I had it first itself, but what is happening after he comes out of the house, there's a lot of version, lot of things didn't work, and then at last I arrived at this point. So that I think we should keep it open and not put much of pressure on it.
Sir, in writing there are two thought process, like some people say that writing is too personal to me, I'll write alone, and some set of people say we write in a group. Which one do you prefer, and what are pros and cons in both of them?
I write alone. For me, writing is actually very personal to me, so I write alone. And after writing a draft, say, even because what I follow is, first I get like a seed idea, this one and all, I just note down, start writing as a treatment note, which will be like 20 pages for a film and all, 20 to 30 pages. I write that alone, and then I detail that everything, and then it will be more of like a story. It will be like more like a short story, like it will be more like a literature. So that I will give it to a few of my ADs and few of my writer friends to read it, and then we have a discussion on that material, on that what they read. We have a lot of discussion, and then out of that, some changes if I need to do, I will note it down, and then again I go and write alone the second draft or something. So when the treatment is fine, then I go write the screenplay.
Okay, last couple of questions. Thank you. I mean, are there any lessons you have learned, like from many people, or like if they had advised you, and you felt like wish they had told me at the earlier stage of your career? Were there any such instances or anything like that?
Like,
I mean, probably can be anything. Like on a hypothetical situation, if some guy would have told you today, and wish if you feel like, okay, this would have been come at the earlier stage, and just to.
No, right away, I'm not getting anything, anything like that thing which.
Not really?
Not really, actually.
I mean, what are the. again, genre, I have to use that word. Now I'll be more conscious to use that word. But you would like to explore in the future, or like, I'm sure you will have certain things in
Yeah,
your
I mean, as I said earlier, no, like if I'm sitting and then after a film is released and everything, and when I decide on what I'm going to write next, that idea or the story should excite me more. Means like I would like to explore more in first in writing, then comes the making and everything. So writing wise, which sort of story I have not touched before, I have not written before, I have not explored that emotion before, or it can be zone before and all. So only that kind of thing I wanted to do next. So I'm having some plan to doing a lot of say a musical, or actually I want to do one film without any stunt. Now that I was actually planning without any much of stunt
action sequences.
Sequence at all. I mean, there's no action sequence at all, but still, will I be able to make a great film out of it? Just thinking. I don't know, but it come.
Okay, on that note, we have come to the end of this show. Thank you so much for being here.
Great.
And how's the experience coming to this show?
Very nice session, talking a lot of things, especially about Bangalore and all the stories, and very interesting, good questions. Thank you, and I enjoyed a lot.
So we have a small, I want you to open this.
Thank you.
And from here you can.
T-shirt, huh?
Yeah, I can open this for you.
Wow, nice. This is your brand?
Yes, sir. It's my new merchandise store. What we have.
Nice.
I'm sure this.
Definitely a size. Wow. But I think size illa.
No, I can customize it also.
Yeah, please. But yeah, I'll take it. I'll take this, and thank you. Nice.
On that note, we have come to the end of the show. Thank you so much, first of all, agreeing to this, and for being here and interacting with the audience. I'm sure everyone, like, I think by default, the starting line was like fanboy moment, or the kind of surreal moment for everyone. So thank you so much to everyone for such valuable questions.
Yeah, I also enjoyed a lot this interview, sitting here and talking, because I always like to discuss this sort of things. It's more interesting.
And we had a kind of a good a class session, I can say, a workshop kind of thing. Actually, we can say that. Thank you so much, sir, and congratulations on this massive success of Jigarthanda XX, and looking forward for such bigger and massive films from you. And we'll be always there to support you, cheer for you, scream for you, and we'll all have the fanboy moment in the theatres for you.
Thank you.
On that note, ivattina show end ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀನಿ. And do you know any Kannada words by any chance?
Yeah, I mean, I can understand Kannada. I mean, if we continuously talk in Kannada, I mean, also I can understand.
Okay,
but to speak.
Can I teach you something, like so that my fellow fans of Kannadigas, they'll be happy?
You tell me what I wanted to tell in Kannada, I'll try.
Okay, sir. What is that one thing?
Very tough.
No, at least, okay, what do you like about Bangalore in Kannada? What did you just say? That's simple and best.
In Kannada? No. Bangalore, Sakat people. Sakat weather.
Sakat weather.
Sakat food. Sakat pubs. Sakat is, I think,
interview kuda sakat agittu.
Sakat.
Thank you so much, sir. and presenting one and only Karthik Subbaraj. Oh, ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಚಪ್ಪಾಳೆ ಬರಲಿ.